Good evening, Portage County, and welcome to another edition of Sports Corner. I'm Ian Hermann.
And I'm Matt Mergen.
The Kent State women's basketball team was in action for the first round of the WNIT. Let's get to the highlights from the game. And Kent State traveled to Youngstown to take on Youngstown State University. We'll pick it up with the flashes on offense. Lindsay Thal, she'll get the ball inside, working her defender one-on-one all the way around for a nice left-handed layup. And now Youngstown State, they'll go on offense. Chelsea Olsen, she'll end up driving in and get an easy floater to fall. She had 11 on the night. And now Katie Shoemate, she's going to go one-on-one with her defender, crossover, cut in, nice right-handed layup, and one as well, gets that layup to fall. And then Casey Santoro, she has the ball for the Flashes now. She'll eventually pass all the way over to Shoemate, who's wide open for three in the corner. She's going to hit that one. And now Shoemate, she'll have the ball, and she'll give it inside to Thal, who goes for the reverse layup on the right side. And then Santoro with the ball again. She's going to take it from the defensive side down to the offensive side. As she's falling out of bounds, throws it all the way over to Claire Kelly. Defender in her face, hits the three. And now Kelly, yet again, she will have the ball. She's going to drive in the open lane, get a nice, easy layup to go. And the Flashes win it. They extend their season. They'll take on Toledo in the second round, win it 68-59. And now we'll hear from Coach Todd Starkey.
But I thought we did a better job of executing our stuff, especially in the third quarter, and pounding the ball inside. Got some easy looks, really kind of spurred our run. She's a very talented player. It's taken her a while to kind of get her feet under her as a freshman, but she's had moments like that in practice, so I don't think her teammates are surprised. I think they're excited for her to see her do well because she's such a great teammate. So really pleased for her. Really nice boost of confidence for her, and really played well when we needed her to. You know, it's the expectations have changed at Kent State women's basketball, and you know, some people kind of think maybe we're having a down year. We're 19-11, postseason win. You know, I know we didn't go to the MAC tournament. Everybody was up in arms about how that went and stuff, but at the end of the day, we're still playing and get an opportunity to keep playing, and that's great for our team.
And Kent State is currently losing at the halftime against Toledo with a score of 42-27.
Hey y'all, I'm Della Fowler. I made the drive to Michigan this weekend to report on our gymnastics team finishing at the MAC championship. So, Kent State closed out their season with a 5th place finish with a total score of 195.325. The meet started on the floor, which is arguably their best event, but it wasn't enough to propel the Flashes into the top 36 in the nation to move on to regionals. There were some individual honors, however. Riley Danielson took a 3rd place finish on beam, and Carly Franz took a 2nd place on vault and floor. They will be back and ready to rumble for next season. And the Kent State men's baseball team walked away with 1 win after their 4-game series at Ohio University. After losing their first game, they came back to win 14-7 in Game 2. They fell in Game 3 and had a heartbreaking 7-8 loss in Game 4. The series proved to be an offensive showdown, getting 37 runs on the series and still only walking away with 1 W. They will play 1 game at University of Pittsburgh on Wednesday and then head to NIU for a series this weekend.
Thanks, Della. And the Kent State softball team was unable to deliver timely hits on Sunday, losing both games of a Mid-American Conference doubleheader at Miami, 1-0 and 2-0 in 8 innings. In the first game, Jessica LeBeau totaled 8 strikeouts and allowed just 3 hits in 6 innings. In the second game, Andrea Scally finished with 7 strikeouts and allowed 5 hits in 7 innings. Kent State will face Akron at home from the Diamond at Dix on Friday, March 25th at 3 p.m. for a single game, and Saturday, March 26th for a doubleheader at 1 p.m.
And on Thursday, the Kent State lacrosse team hosted Youngstown State in a Mid-American Conference matchup. The Penguins came out on top 21-20 with the help of a last-second game-winning field goal by Lauren Odensmeyer. Jackie Wolford and Kenzie Schuyler scored 4 goals each for Kent State. And on Saturday, the Golden Flaggers took on St. Francis and came home with a victory 17-14. Megan Kozar scored 5 goals and Wolford scored 4 goals. The Golden Flaggers will be back in action at home against Detroit Mercy next Saturday at 4 p.m. And March Madness has begun, so stay with us as we cover the highlights of all the big games after the break.
I rescued Toast from a shelter in 2011. I love Toast because she's a lazy diva. Toast does whatever she wants, obviously. She's sleeping right now. She's an epic snuggler. She's so comforting. She's so loving. Toast makes me laugh. When I walked into the shelter, I knew right then that she was special.
Okay, Dad. 1, 2, 3. You saved me. Dad?
Are you okay?
I'm fine, dear.
Your hero needs you now, and AARP is here to help. Find the care guides you need at aarp.org/caregiving.
I love my sister.
My heart doesn't see race. Love is love.
Fancy pants peanut butter? A big screen television? You haven't even bought a sofa yet. A motorcycle? When your father finds out, he's gonna flip his shoes with 2 buckles? What do you even need 2 buckles for? Mr. Big Shot, buying whiskey shots for everybody in the bar. From the looks of it, I'd say nobody even remembers. Feed the pig.
Welcome back. The first 2 rounds happened over the weekend for March Madness. Let's get into the highlights from some of the games. And we'll pick it up with Penny Hardaway and the Memphis Tigers taking on the Gonzaga Bulldogs first half. Gonzaga, they're moving the ball around. Drew Timme, he'll get the ball down low. He'll draw the defenders. He'll end up hitting Andrew Nembhard, who's wide open for 3, and he's going to hit that one. And now Memphis, they go on offense. Landers Noli, he'll drive to the hoop. He'll end up finding a wide open Malcolm Dandridge for the dunk over Chet Holmgren and 1. Take a look at it again. Draws the double team over to Dandridge for the and 1 dunk. Now Memphis, they're going on a run to here to end the first half. Alex Lomax to Tyler Harris. He gets a floater as the shot clock expires. And now the clock, it's winding down here at the end of the first half. Lomax to Josh Minot, who will get the shot to go right before the buzzer. And Memphis, they're at 41-31 at half, cruising in this one, but not so fast. To the second half we go. Gonzaga, they're tied. And DeAndre Williams will drive in on Chet Holmgren. He's working him down low, making him look small, and he gets to put the layup over top of him. And now Nembhard has the ball. He's going to fake the pass, and he's going to settle down, look for someone to open. He's going to pass down to Timme, up to Holmgren for the easiest lob Holmgren can get. Zags up 2. Now Gonzaga's very next possession, Nembhard. He's driving in. He will pass back to Timme, who will pass back to Nembhard, wide open again for another 3. He's going to hit that one. He had 23 on the day. Now Nembhard, he's trying to extend their lead later on. He'll end up getting a screen here from Timme, and he gets wide open yet again for his 3rd one of the day. And now Memphis, they got to do something here. 4 seconds to go, down 4. They're going to inbound it. They'll get a wide open shot, but it won't go, and it'll be too little too late. The Zags, they come back. They win it 82-78 to avoid the upset. They'll move on to play Arkansas in the Sweet 16. They play on Thursday at 7:09 p.m.
And now we have Arizona taking on TCU in a 1-9 seed matchup. TCU, they came to play early as Charles O'Bannon shows off the bounce with the monster putback. TCU up 10-2 early. And now Arizona would respond as Umar Ballo would respond with arguably the best dunk of the tournament so far, destroying the TCU defense. And now, with 3 minutes to go, the Wildcats would hit a corner 3 to tie the game late, and then TCU looking for the upset. Lampkin Jr. is going to do it himself and take it to the post for the score. He had 20 points on the game, and then he has fingerprints all over this game, battling for the offensive rebound, and he is going to get this putback. What a monster play there. TCU up 3, and then Arizona was running out of time, but Mathurin is going to pull this 3 with 16 seconds left, and that is all net to tie this game. He dropped a 30-piece in this game, and they needed this performance. And then overtime was a battle. Mike Miles hits a tough shot, count the basket and the foul. And Arizona looking for the dagger. They're not going to box. TCU's not going to box out. Monster putback. Arizona wins 85-76.
And now over to Coach K and Duke taking on Michigan State. We'll go to the first half. Early on, Duke, they're moving the ball around. A.J. Griffin will get it, and he'll pass to Mark Williams, who slams it all over that Spartan defense. Now Duke, they're trying to extend their lead before half. Williams, he'll end up getting wide open. He'll go in for another two-handed slam. Now to the second half we go. Duke, they're up 6, but Michigan State, they're on the break. Gabe Brown will get wide open behind that defense. They go in for the slam. Now MSU, they're back on offense. Tyson Walker with the ball. He'll hit a cutting Max Christie, who will rise up in two-hand slam over top the Duke defense. And now MSU again, this time A.J. Hogarth working his defender. He'll spin, layup, miss it. But Marcus Bingham's right there for the putback slam. Now the Spartans, they almost get it stolen from them. But Hogarth, he'll go and retrieve it. He'll race in, cross up his defender, go in, hop, step, cut, and he gets a nice layup with the left. No call there. And now the Blue Devils on offense. Paolo Banchero, he's working it. He'll pass to Wendell Moore. Over to Jeremy Roach, who pulls up for 3 to extend the lead. And that would be all she wrote. Duke, they hold on. They win it 85-76. They will move on to face the 3-seed Texas Tech Red Raiders in the Sweet 16 on Thursday at 9:39 p.m., extending Coach K's final season.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. I'm Matt Kiraly, and let's take you to PBG Paints Arena in Pittsburgh as Ohio State takes on Villanova for the right to advance to the Sweet 16. We will pick it up. Nova up 9-4, but you see number 0 for Ohio State. Michi Johnson Jr. try a long 3 from the logo, and he drills it to make it a 2-point game. However, the Wildcats will go back up 5, and you see Colin Gillespie coming up with the steal, and he takes it himself with the easy lay to put Villanova up 7 early in this one. Next Wildcats possession, Gillespie. He'll have it. He gets a screen on the left side, goes to his left, fires a 3, and drills it in front of the face of Zed Key. A shot so cold that Buckeye head coach Chris Holtman needs a timeout. Nova up 10. Now Gillespie in the second half up 50-41 uses the left hand to put the Nova up double digits. Now, later on, Justin Moore will try a 3 and he drills it to put Nova back on top 55-43. Now you think this game's going to start to get away a little bit. Well, maybe not. It's 57-53. But Moore gets it again and drills it again to put Villanova up 7. Now we go to the other side of the floor here. This is going to be E.J. Liddell here in just a moment. He's going to back into Gillespie, float it with the right hand, count it. Ohio State draws it to within 5. Now we're going to transition to 64-59 Nova. Ohio State needs a stop, but instead it's going to be Eric Dixon who'll try a 3, and there is your dagger. Villanova takes it 71-61 over Ohio State, sending the Wildcats to the Sweet 16 and sending the Buckeyes back to Columbus.
Okay, Matt, what do you think is the biggest storyline after the first weekend of March Madness?
Well, Ian, I think that answer is pretty clear. The Peacocks of St. Peter's University. These guys came in as a 15 seed and beat the likes of Blue Blood program Kentucky and outmatched the sneaky Murray State team. They do run into a monster of an opponent against Purdue, but with the confidence these guys have led by head coach Shaheen Holloway, they have all the likings of keeping this season of dreams alive.
And Matt, who do you think will come out on top when this is all said and done?
Yeah, Matt, I'll go in depth with that question here in just a moment, but all in all, I believe Purdue will come out on top when it's all said and done. I believe that they have the longevity and the depth on their roster to go all the way. And now let's take you a little more in-depth into my predictions on who will punch their tickets to New Orleans. Purdue and Duke have been playing dominant basketball the first 2 games of the tournament, but when these 2 teams meet in the Final Four, the Boilermakers will spoil Coach K's farewell tour with an 81-76 marathon. On the other side of the bracket, I have Villanova and Kansas squaring off with the Jayhawks coming out on top 75-67. And now for the national title game. Kansas is a good team, but in my eyes, Purdue is better. I've got the Boilermakers going all the way with a 74-61 win, giving their first title in program history.
Thanks, Matt. And now for my Final Four, my bracket's kind of been busted now. I originally had Tennessee going all the way, and Kentucky as well in the Final Four. Those are done. But now I have Gonzaga beating UCLA 75-70, and I have Houston beating my Friars 79-76, unfortunately. I think Gonzaga is still a top team, and they will make the finals, but still come up short as they always do. And now I think the Cougars from Houston will make a run. They're playing very good basketball, and they're one of the hottest teams in the tourney. They'll beat Gonzaga 72-68.
And for my Final Four prediction, I'm sticking with my pick of Gonzaga. I got them beating UCLA 81-76. And then on the other side of the bracket, I got Kansas and Villanova, and I think Kansas is just too good. They're going to win 78-73 in a tight game. And in the matchup, the 2 1 seeds, Gonzaga and Kansas, for it all, Gonzaga is going to win 75-71. And when we come back, we will talk Cavs and NBA basketball, so stay with us.
Can you consent with me? Imagine what you'd see if every child had a book to read. 'Cause every kid across the nation deserves a book to read, and we can make it happen right now. No, I don't know what you've been told, but kids with books learn so much more. So the mission is for us to get a book to each and every child. So let's join hands, book people unite, unearth hidden passion. Come on, have a good time. Planting seeds of inspiration to motivate some magic. To change the writing on the wall, writing on the wall. And make a difference. One book can inspire a child. One book can be the first thing that helps to change a life. People unite.
Read to a child today and spark a lifetime of ambition.
The Agenda, Thursday nights at 9 at campwire.com. Also check out our YouTube at youtube.com/theagendatv2.
Welcome back to Sports Corner, and we have some Cavs basketball for you as they took on the Detroit Pistons. Jeremy Grant and the Pistons taking on the Cavs here in Cleveland. Jeremy Grant, he's going to splash his catch and shoot three over Kevin Love, and then Cade Cunningham. Bad communication on the switch by Cleveland gives Cade enough time to knock down this open three. Pistons up 6 here. Cade on a pick and roll. He's going to throw this lob up to Marvin Bagley for the slam, but the Cavs began to rally back in the third. Kevin Love, deep three here, that's good. That's what Kevin does, and the Cavs would reclaim the lead. Garland from three, bang, that's good. Now Garland to the rim. He's going to pass to the real Rookie of the Year candidate, Evan Mobley, for the slam. Cleveland was going crazy, and Garland would then kick it to the sniper, Cedi Osman, who knocks down the open three. And then Jeremy Grant trying to take over. Rebound was to Cunningham, who swings it back to Sadiq Bey. And what a year he's been having as he splashes the three. But the Cavs would respond. Garland to Okoro. Three ball, that's good. And the young core was showing out, and the Cavs win it with a final score of 113 to 109.
And now we got another Eastern Conference matchup. Raptors at the Sixers. We'll pick it up. Tyrese Maxey misses. Tobias Harris will end up getting the rebound. He'll pass over to Matisse Thybulle, wide open for three. He's going to hit that one. And now we'll go. Precious Achiuwa driving in, misses, but Chris Boucher for the putback dunk. And now Precious Achiuwa this time will get a three of his own wide open. Now Joel Embiid, he's working on Achiuwa here, and he'll drive in, get a nice underhand layup there. Check that out again, reverse all the way over, gets it to fall, no call, however. Now James Harden, he's carrying it up. He'll end up passing over to Tyrese Maxey. He'll let it fly. He's going to hit a three. And now late in the game, James Harden, he drives in, gets it, but hold on. We got an offensive foul on Harden, as you can see. Hits him with an elbow to the face, and the Sixers would come up short, and the Raptors, they win it 93-88, as the Sixers are now in third place, 3.5 games back from the Heat in first place.
And now we got Klay Thompson and the Warriors taking on the Spurs. Here in the first, Spurs up early, and Joshua Primo is going to throw it down here for San Antonio, and the Warriors started to go on a run. Klay Thompson off the screen. That's an easy shot for him as he splashes this three. Warriors only down 5 here early in the second, and then Devin Vassell splits the defense and gets super lucky as he throws up this random three to end the half. Spurs go up 6, and then now late in the fourth quarter, Jordan Poole, he's going to hit a big three off the screen, and the Warriors were gaining momentum and would go on a run to tie the game. And then DeJounte Murray for the Spurs, he's going to get to the rim off a spin and hits a tough shot to give the Spurs the lead, plus the foul friendly roll for Murray, and it looked like the Spurs were going to win it. And now the Spurs were at the line. They missed the easy free throw, but they get the putback. It's good. The Spurs upset the Warriors. They win with a final score of 110-108.
Okay, Matt, after going through some NBA highlights, the Cavs, where do you see the Cavs going and finishing up with the last couple weeks of this regular season?
Well, this is a crazy tight Eastern Conference, especially for Cleveland. The Heat are starting to pull away with first, but overall, the rest of the conference is still a tight race. Cavs are only 3 games behind second in the conference, but on the flip side, they're only 4 games away from falling to 8th, so they need to be pulling through in the last few games. And this last stretch will be crucial in terms of playoff seeding. The worst case scenario, I think, for the Cavs would be drawing the free throw machine Sixers in the first round. They don't match up well against them. And I think best case scenario for the Cavs would actually be the Bulls. The Bulls are 0-15 against the top 3 teams in each conference. And although it would be a tough series still, I think that is a very winnable series for a healthy Cleveland team.
I'd have to agree in some aspects. I see the Cavs being no higher than the 5th seed and no lower than the 7th seed. And as we look at the Cavs halftime, it is 67-62 down to the Lakers. LeBron with 21, Garland with 17 on the night. And now we will head to the NFL, and the NFL offseason is heating up, and several familiar quarterbacks have changed teams already.
The most recent move came with the Indianapolis Colts trading for Matt Ryan. The Browns traded for Houston Texans QB Deshaun Watson and gave him a 5-year contract extension for $230 million. There was another QB change in the AFC North, with Mitch Trubisky signing with the Pittsburgh Steelers. The first domino that fell that started the quarterback movement was the Denver Broncos going all in and trading for quarterback Russell Wilson.
Okay, Matt. Free agency has been wild. I would say the AFC West has really improved the most. I'd say they're the best division in football. What are your biggest moves of free agency so far this season?
I think the Browns are the biggest winners in free agency so far, getting an upgrade at wide receiver in Amari Cooper, and then getting Deshaun Watson, who's a top 10 quarterback when he is on the field. I have him at 7. And then Devontae Adams for the Raiders, also a major move. Adams, Renfro, Waller, Carr. That offense is going to be phenomenal, and they improved the defense with Chandler Jones. And lastly, the Chargers have been making moves. They've improved that defense by bringing in top defensive players, and Mack when healthy, and then J.C. Jackson.
Yes, I said Russell Wilson is one of the biggest moves for this offseason. As you mentioned, 2 AFC West teams, and I said before that AFC West has beefed up. Russell Wilson adds a really dual threat dynamic, best quarterback they've had in the last 6 or 7 years since Peyton Manning, and this is a good young core that he is able to help build around. And I said the Bengals, they added 3 O-linemen, and as we saw in that Super Bowl, that was the biggest reason they lost that game. Burrow had no time to throw one up to Jamar Chase at the end to give them a chance. They added 3 guys, La'el Collins, Alex Kappa, and Ted Karras to really help them out. And I said a disappointing offseason so far has been the Packers. They hung Rodgers out to dry, give him an insane contract, but then Devontae Adams doesn't want to play for them, moves on to the Raiders as the Raiders offered him the exact same contract as the Packers. It's going to be interesting to see what they do with Rodgers, but Rodgers is really looking forward to having Devontae Adams, I'm assuming, on that roster. And when we come back, we'll take a look at our men on the Silver Mountain and our award-winning segments. Stay with us.
Good morning. Hope you all had a good weekend and are ready to be inspired. One quick thing I want to remind you guys.
Major key alert. Did you just look at your phone while you was in class? You played yourself.
Today we're talking about inspirational quotes.
You want to get that paper? You better turn in that paper and get an A+. That's a major key. Another one.
Mogul talk. You want to reach the mountaintop? You got to go hard. To succeed, you have to believe.
Stay focused. Fly higher than the eagle. Don't ever play yourself. The key is to make it, so make it.
Louise, can you give me an example of an inspirational quote from recent history?
Don't play yourself. The key is to make it.
And who said that?
I did. Now that's a major key alert.
Learn the real major keys to getting to college at getschool.com.
Maybe you can make retirement happen. After all, you made her college years happen. Opening that education savings account when she was little. Spearheading a campus tour. And another, and another, and another, and another. Bam! Deciphering financial aid. She was like, what? But now she's like, You aced planning for college. Now get the tips you need to get on track at aceyourretirement.org.
When I was your age, I was just like you, fascinated by stars.
Wow.
But now I get to search for life in the universe. And who knows, maybe life is looking for us too.
So we're like aliens to them?
Yeah. Does anyone want to be a scientist now?
I do.
Awesome. We need more girls in STEM.
Maybe we can find aliens.
Welcome back. Let's get into my segment, Ian's 3 stars of the week. My 3rd star of the week is LeBron James. I know we talk about the King a lot, but there is always something to talk about. And recently, LeBron passed Karl Malone on the all-time NBA scoring list and is now only second to Kareem. My 2nd star of the week is the South Carolina women's basketball team. The Gamecocks set a record for beating Howard in the women's tournament by a score of 79-21. South Carolina was up 44-4 at the half, and the 21 points allowed was the lowest ever allowed in the tournament. And my 1st star of the week is the Nashville Predators star defenseman Roman Josi. Josi has had 3 assists in each of his last 3 games for 9 points total, and now has 75 points overall, and is on pace, I would say now, to claim his 2nd Norris Trophy in 3 years.
And for my Mergen Minute, I'm going to talk about Baker Mayfield with Deshaun Watson now arriving in Cleveland and Baker's desired trade destination going in another direction by getting Matt Ryan. Where will the quarterback end up? The Panthers would be my front runner to land the quarterback, with the Seahawks not too far behind, and my dark horse would be that the Tampa Bay Buccaneers get Baker. Even with Brady coming back, Brady can only play so many more seasons at his age, and Tampa should look to their future. They bring Baker in to learn behind the GOAT for 1, maybe even 2 seasons. He can then be plugged into their system with the great weapons that already surround that offense. Baker to Tampa should be a sleeper team for him to go to. And for my man on the Silver Mountain, or should I say men on the Silver Mountain, I stuck with a March Madness theme and picked the Tar Heels. UNC, as an 8th seed, beat the defending champs as a 1 seed in Baylor. UNC was off to a hot start and were up 25 in the game against Baylor, but Baylor battled all the way back in the game and forced overtime. Most teams would have folded under the pressure, but UNC hung tough and controlled overtime, picking up a major win and earning the right to be my men on the Silver Mountain.
And staying with that tune, my men on the Silver Mountain is the St. Peter's Peacocks and their run in the March Madness tournament. The Peacocks started their run by upsetting the 2-seed Kentucky Wildcats. What is so amazing about this win is that Kentucky spends 12.5 times as much as St. Peter's basketball. There has never been a team that spends as little as a team does against another team and won. As well, their gym only holds 3,000 and looks like a high school could be played there. Shout out to the Peacocks from New Jersey and hope they can continue their Cinderella run. And the update in the women's at the end of the 3rd, Kent State has battled back. They're down just 10, 57-47 against the juggernaut of Toledo. And that is all we have time for today. My name is Ian Hermann.
And I'm Matt Mergen.
Hope you guys all have a great rest of your night.
Brush, brushy, brush, brushy, brush, brush your teeth. Every day and every night. Now it's your parents' turn. Here's what you gotta do. Let them have your toothbrush so that they can brushy brush your teeth. Great job, you're almost done. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. That's it. Help your teeth stay healthy. Brushy brush with a grown-up every day.
Hey, you. Yeah, you. Getting that college education, what are you gonna do? Graduate and take some office job? Be like everybody else? Or will you dare do something different? Like, be a teacher. You could be my teacher. You got the skills. The smarts? Yes, you. You could be the teacher I never forget. That'd be cool. Does that corporate job even have recess? What are you gonna make of yourself?
What are you gonna make of me?